Hello everyone, it's Charlie here, and today I will not be talking about anything Game of Thrones related, but rather inaugurate a new chapter of my channel with a real-life legend about a dragon my mother told me when I was very little, and her parents told her, and so on and so forth. Chances are if you are of Polish descent or have a parent from Poland, you just might be well acquainted with the legend of the dragon of Wawel Hill. I will spend the first half of this video recounting the story of the dragon as I heard it when I was young, and then in the second half of this video I will provide a little more insight into the truth behind the story. So here is the legend of the dragon of Wawel Hill. Over 1,000 years ago, in what would be present-day southwestern Poland, there lived a king who ruled from his castle from the top of a hill. Though the king built a great city by a river on fertile land, he was unaware of a terrible dragon sleeping in a limestone cave under the hill. Before anyone realized what had hit them, the dragon woke from its slumber and began terrorizing the people of the city and the surrounding countryside through demanding weekly offerings of cattle and other livestock. If the people refused, or if the beast was dissatisfied, it would instead eat members of the local population. Through this method, the dragon had decimated a number of other kingdoms already. In vain, the king summoned the bravest and strongest knights and warriors from both inside and outside of the primitive Polish state. Yet, before any of the would-be heroes could even draw their swords, the dragon would engulf them in flames. Having only one daughter to succeed him, and in a last-ditch effort at ridding the dragon from his collapsing realm, the king vowed any who could slay the creature would gain his daughter's hand in marriage, and become king in turn. This is when a cobbler's apprentice presented himself. A young man by the name of Krak accepted the challenge. However, Krak was no warrior, nor was he even all that strong. He was, however, quite clever. The young man bought a lamb from a local farmer and stuffed the animal with sulfur before quietly setting it down outside the dragon's den and sneaking away. The dragon eventually emerged from his lair, and upon seeing the delightful snack, ate it without a second thought, unaware of the sulfur inside the lambskin. The substance made the dragon's insides burn, and in an effort to stop the pain, he ran to the nearby river and began to drink the water. Yet no amount of H2O could quench the pain in his stomach. As he continued to drink, the dragon's belly swelled larger and larger until it could no longer contain the water anymore, and he exploded. At last, the kingdom was free from the dragon. As promised, young Krak married the king's daughter, and after the old king eventually died, he inherited the land. Because Krak had rescued the city from the evil dragon, it was renamed in his honor and continues to bear his name to this very day. And so goes the legend behind the naming of Poland's oldest capital, Kraków. However, should you wish to see the evidence of Krak's brave feat, one of the dragon bones can still be seen hanging today above the doorway of the local castle's cathedral. Now, that was the story I was told as a child, but certainly with every myth and legend there are many fictions and some truths behind them. And of course, some mysteries which remain. For one thing, there are many different versions of this tale, just as there are many debates understandably surrounding its authenticity. Was there really a dragon? Is this truly how Kraków got its name? What other versions of the story exist? I will seek to answer at least some of these questions in the remaining portion of this video. So let's start with the other versions and the origins of this legend. As far as we know, the oldest written telling of the story comes from an early 13th century bishop of Kraków, Wincenty Kadłubek. According to him, the dragon in fact appeared during the reign of a legendary king also named Krak. Rather than summon knights to kill the beast, however, he called upon his two sons, Lech and Krak II, to take care of it. In this version, the two brothers were the ones who came up with the same trick to kill the dragon as in my mother's version. The trouble was that, once the dragon was killed, the two brothers argued over who deserved the honor of slaying the beast. During the argument, the older brother Lech killed his younger brother. As a result, he went out and told the people that it was the dragon who was responsible for his brother's death. However, when his father died and Lech became king, His secret was revealed, and he was dethroned as a result. The city was therefore named in honor of his dead brother, and as a result, the earlier king's third child, a daughter named Wanda, inherited the kingdom. A later 15th century chronicler by the name of Jan Długosz presents a similar tale, only that it was in fact the younger brother who killed the older, and that this occurred only after their father, the old king, had died. Now, the version you heard me tell is in fact largely influenced by a 16th century poet named Marcin Bielski. In this version, the old king was the one named Krak, and his city of Kraków was named after him. The dragon, however, appeared during his reign one day, and especially enjoyed eating young maidens, resulting in the townsfolk being forced to sacrifice a young woman to the dragon once every month, until none remained but the king's own daughter. It was then that a cobbler's apprentice named Scuba came forth and killed the dragon in the same manner as the other versions detail, eventually marrying the king's daughter and living happily ever after. In spite of these different versions, however, I have still not discussed the origin of the dragon. Of course, there is no concrete evidence to say that there actually was a dragon that resided in primeval Poland. Some say the tale is influenced by the biblical story of Daniel and the Babylonian dragon. However, many believe the Dragon of Wawel tale has its own pre-Christian origins. Many see the dragon as a symbol or metaphor for evil as a whole. Others believe the dragon is a symbol of an enemy tribe of Avars taking the local population away as tribute. And others still interpret the story as a reminder of human sacrifices that are a part of an older, unknown myth. But what of the supposed dragon bones hanging above the cathedral in Kraków? Are they truly dragon bones? They are, in fact, found to be the remains of some prehistoric Pleistocene creature, likely a whale or a mammoth. Whatever their origin, they are believed by many still to be magical in nature. And if you are hoping to glimpse any other reminder of the dragon, its cave is now a popular tourist stop with a metal and fire-breathing sculpture of the dragon standing in front of the old den. As such, whether or not the Dragon of Wawel truly existed, his legacy remains quite important in Poland to this day. But what do you think? Was there ever such a dragon? Does this tale remind you of any other famous dragons out there? Anyway, let me know if there are any other types of myths or legends you would like me to cover in this channel, and I will be more than happy to do so. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and as always, I will see you next time.